Okay, so today we're going to talk about creating your minimalist maternity wardrobe. And I want to show you some of the stuff I got for my wardrobe. I'm going to try it on, show it off for you so you can see it. So it's going to be a lot of fun today. So let's dive right in and get to it. In my first pregnancy, I was really like trying to save, trying to budget. And so I tried a lot of things first that really didn't work out for me. So one of those things I tried was I tried shopping online. I just felt like maternity clothes are so expensive and I have to get this whole wardrobe. And so I'm gonna try to save money. So I did some shopping online and specifically eBay to try to save money. I didn't realize at the time, I realized afterwards, I didn't really like any of the clothes that I got. Like I didn't get that many, I got like maybe 5 or something like that, but none of them fit very nice. The materials weren't very nice. And I basically realized they were just cheap China knockoffs. They were garbage. And so those really didn't work for me. I think there is something really to being able to see the material, being able to try it on, make sure you like it. I mean, that's huge with clothing, right? But also just if you are buying online, make sure you're buying from a trusted seller so you don't get a cheap China knockoff of something. I will do online sometimes for like places that I know and I trust, but if you can go in and try stuff on, generally you'll be happier with stuff. I also tried thrift stores. I thought, okay, I'm gonna save money. We'll get some maternity from thrift stores. What I found with my thrift store shopping was that I could find pants with the maternity bands because they are an obvious maternity item. But when it came to looking for any shirts, basically what I found is that it was just like they just put extra large shirts in the maternity section. And so you look like a sack of potatoes wearing this thing. It was like, this is not maternity shirts. I had a really hard time finding maternity shirts in the maternity section. I could find some pants, but I also found often the maternity section was very limited. And then the other part of that was secondhand. Sometimes that I found that I would end up just going, oh, this will work. It's a little big or it doesn't quite fit right, but it will work. And I ended up having pieces in my wardrobe that really didn't fit me well, but I was just trying to be cheap. And so I was trying to make them work. So that option also I've kind of crossed out now for the most part because it's just, you just end up compromising and it's hard to find stuff. So the other thing that I tried to do was I tried to wear my clothing from my closet that was just my current wardrobe. And I thought, oh, I'll just wear this as long as I can and I'll make it work. The only problem with that is that you grow so slowly, you don't see the change. And so what you end up doing is basically slowly stretching out your current wardrobe without realizing it. And then I just found that after giving birth, going back to some of my current wardrobe items, I had stretched them out and they just didn't fit as nice anymore. And so I thought, you know what, if I'm gonna wear my current wardrobe and stretch it and wear it out and wreck it, I should have just invested in an actual maternity wardrobe. Now this worked some, but I'm just saying be cautious with it because if you're gonna wreck a shirt that you have in your current wardrobe and you have to go out and buy a new one afterwards, then maybe investing in something that was actually maternity would make sense. Yeah, so those are the things I've tried. So what I ended up coming up with as a solution in the end is I sat down and I thought about it and I thought, you know what? If I'm really minimal in my maternity wardrobe and I'm super intentional with my pieces, that it shouldn't cost too much. And then like I can watch for sales and shop, then I can get something new that fits me, is my size, and it's nice. One of the things with the minimal wardrobe really that I was going for is because I wanted to go so minimal. Like right now I have like 14 pieces, I think, because I wanted to go so minimal. One of the really important things that I did with that is that it needs to be more cake clothing as opposed to frosting clothing. And what I mean by that is like something like this shirt is a maternity cake shirt. It's very plain, it's very simple. There's not a whole bunch of frills and patterns and colors. It's just very plain and simple. And one of the things that that does is it makes it kind of be able to be worn with a lot of different things. And it also, it can have a lot of variety as far as like you add a scarf, change out your pants a little bit. It adds a lot of variety without feeling like you're getting really tired of a shirt. Where something that has patterns and a lot of frill to it, you tend to feel a little bit more tired of it. It's a more obvious piece and it doesn't match with as many different things. So really go for really some of the just plain, simple cake stuff. It's also cheaper. And so that helps a lot. And it just gives you a lot of variety as far as being able to mix and match all of your clothing together so that you don't feel like you're wearing the same thing every day. And what I really tried to do is be super intentional with what I wanted to add to my wardrobe. And I've just kind of added a few more pieces every pregnancy. And so one of the keys here is just like being intentional and knowing your priorities, buying your priority items first, and then in subsequent pregnancies, I've been able to kind of expand a little bit more every time with an item I feel like would be really valuable, but it was a little bit lower on the priority list. When you realize that you're pregnant, you're going to be pregnant for 9 months. That's a considerable amount of time, and a lot of things that come with pregnancy is that you're fatigued, you're morning sick, you're feeling low energy, all of those kind of things. And so just dressing in something that you feel nice in and you feel like it fits can be huge as far as just your emotional and mental state, and just helping you feel better and enjoying the pregnancy better. The other thing is that I found is that it's just something about looking nice for your husband as well. And just that sense of like taking some time to get dressed in something nice, and that he's not just seeing you sitting around in baggy sweats and shirts that don't fit kind of thing, but also just being something that he appreciates in investing in this wardrobe, that it's valuable in that regard as well. And one of the things, like for me, I was most concerned about with pregnancy is just wearing something that wasn't maternity and not realizing that it didn't fit, but I couldn't tell on myself because like I was super worried about like wearing something and having my belly stick out of the bottom, but you can't tell because you can't see, right? And so I think that's also a thing. It just gives me a little bit more peace of mind if I'm wearing maternity that it will cover me, whereas other things might accidentally show off your belly, or just be obviously, like it might not look obvious to you it's too small, but it looks too small to everybody else that sees you in it. It looks like you don't fit in that outfit even though you're making it work. Just looking put together and nice, I think, is just huge, and just embracing this time of life and having it be a beautiful time of life. So how do you create your wardrobe? How do you go about just starting it? So the first thing I did is I sat down and I really defined what my ideal wardrobe looked like. And so for me, my pregnancies have been through the winter. And so for me, I was like, I really want a couple sweaters. I would like a couple just long sleeve, lightweight shirts like this one so that it's very flexible. I think at the time it was like a couple t-shirts, and I was kind of like, I think I can do 3 pairs of pants and I'll just wash the laundry midweek. And then the other thing about that is that when you do define it all, you also want to define your ideal colors, because defining your ideal colors and giving you a limited color palette is going to make it easier to mix and match your clothing. So for me, I often do a lot of my color palettes in like grays, greens, blues, creams, those kind of colors. And so I sat down and really defined those colors, defined my ideals, what I was looking for. And then it was just really easy when I was shopping. I had my eye out for those things. It was easier then when you find something that you're kind of like, oh, I kind of like this. You're like, you know what, it's really not going to fit. And it just helps to keep you then within budget. It doesn't always necessarily mean that's the item you find, because sometimes you define what you want and you can't find it. Sometimes you find the right shirt, but it's the wrong color. And you're like, you know what, that color is going to be okay for me. I can make that work. And so there's a give and take, but just know, it's good to know in your head what's your ideal. Defining it so you know your ideal can help keep you on track. And then just put your priorities in terms of what are your top priorities, and then put your price beside each item that you think you can get it for. So then you have your total budget and you know how many of those items you can actually buy. And then you also know that if you find something on sale that's cheaper, you might be tempted to be like, you know what, I might get another extra one of these and cross out this other thing to keep me within budget too. It just kind of helps you to get that goal so that you can try to meet that target. Okay, so now I just want to show you what does that look like in my wardrobe, in what I've created. I'm going to show you my wardrobe in order of what I've had for the longest down to what I just bought for this pregnancy specifically. So the first item I'm going to go through is my maternity pants. So For my maternity pants, I had some that were just too big, and eventually I just was like, I'm gonna get rid of those and I'm gonna actually buy stuff that fits. This is one that I've had, I think I've had this one since the second pregnancy. And this was actually just a thrift store find that I was given, but it ended up fitting really, really nice. What I love about this pair, this band up here is quite long and it's very, very stretchy. And so for me, this just feels very cozy and comfy as far as support, because I feel like it covers my tummy. It's a lightweight, stretchy, but it is longer than some of my other pants. And so I just especially really love this band. And this brand is, let's see, Jessica Simpson Maternity, right? So I've never shopped there before, but this was a good thrift store find. I'm not saying, like, as far as online thrift store, using your current wardrobe, all that is a viable option. It's just being aware of where sometimes it might not work. So then I think it was my third pregnancy. I was really just like, I want to buy some pants. I'm just gonna go buy some new pants that I really like as far as it. So I found these ones at H&M. These are just a black skinny jean, and they have their belly band. And I also have a green pair that's exactly the same as this that matches. I love these pants. I've worn these. I wear these all the time. They fit really, really nice. The only thing with this one that I wish was a little bit different is this belly band is not super stretchy, and it's a little bit shorter than what I wish it was. I wish it was just a little stretchier and a little bit longer, because as you start to get bigger, it doesn't really do anything. It just slides down. But overall, how it fits and having a nice, good pair of black pants, it was definitely a good buy. So I got a green pair and a black pair of that. And then this year I wanted to add a fourth pair because 3 was just feeling a little bit tight sometimes. So I got this one again, H&M. I like this one a lot. I like this one, how it fits. The only thing with this one, again, often it's the bands, right? Being pregnant, it's the bands that I get picky about. But I like the band, how this one fits in the front. It's fairly tall and it's stretchy. The only thing that I wasn't quite sure about it, like, I kind of forget about it when I'm wearing them after a while, but is that it kind of it goes higher in the front and then it kind of goes down in the back. And so when I first tried it on, I was like, oh, I'm not sure if I'm gonna like this. And it's okay. I kind of forget about it now, but again, I kind of do like that. The first pair that I showed you, the band is the same all the way around, super stretchy, super tall, and that's just my favorite one. But all these pants, I've been super happy with. As far as for shirts go, one of the online purchases that did work was this shirt. I got this with my first pregnancy, and I just got this off Amazon, and it's Futuro, and it's very long. It has this kind of the side little detail to it, and I really like that. Now, if I were to get it today, I would get it within my color palette, because at the time I hadn't defined my color palette and I just got purple. If I were to get it today, I'd probably get it in like black or blue or something like that, but it's been a really nice shirt. It's worked really well for all 4 pregnancies. Then I found these. This is just a simple crew neck maternity long sleeve. So it's the exact same shirt I'm wearing right now. This one's just navy blue, this one's black. I found these on sale at Old Navy. They've been a super great, just cake top. I love them as far as long sleeve. They're not too hot, they're not too cold, and they have been a staple in my wardrobe for sure. I wanted to get a couple sweaters, so I found these ones from Old Navy as well. I love these ones. These are so simple. It's hard to find just like simple sweaters sometimes. I just find that so many of them, I don't know, they just have so many patterns and weird stuff going on, and I just have not been a fan. But these ones, just a simple crew, simple long sleeve, really cozy, and I love them. Again, this one, it's not 100% in my color palette, but it's a color that I find looks really good on me, so it works. It works really well. Again, you're not going to get everything 100%, especially if you're on a tight budget, but it will help you in terms of trying to meet your goals. And then this is the same exact sweater, just in a oatmeal color. This one has definitely worked better just because it's been more in my color scheme, that it just has more variety and stuff. In my favorite, I go to this one and wear this one more than I do the burgundy one, just because it fits so well within that. Then I found a couple of really good deals for my third pregnancy where, again, I just was like, you know what, let's try going into an actual maternity store and let's just see if I can find some stuff that's on sale that's a decent price that I like. Let's see what's there. So I found this one dress, and this one I felt like I really got some really good deals on because this one was on clearance. So I think I spent like $20 on this dress. What I love about it is, again, it's kind of like, it's this crew neck, has this little belt here, short sleeve, and it's super long, and I just feel like it's very, very elegant. And I love this dress. This has been a really good buy. Again, as far as color scheme, I tend to go a little bit darker as opposed to lighter. So it was a little bit of a compromise with going with the lighter creams and blues, but I've not been disappointed with it. I also bought this one on the sales rack for $20 from Maternity. Oops, hit the mic. It's just a really nice lacy top. I love this one in terms of, like, I just wore it for my sister's wedding. If you're going to some place that you just want to dress up a little bit fancy, this one is just really pretty and lace, and it's kind of knee length in terms of size. So just a couple nice ones, wearing for church or for a nice occasion. And then these ones are my lightweight ones. Again, these were from Motherhood Maternity, and I felt like they weren't a bad price. Iron. I liked them just because they're fairly lightweight. They're okay to wear in the summertime. So again, this is like a little bit of icing as far as the lace, but it's very subtle, and it's the same color. It's not super eye-catching and bold, and so I feel like it works. Sometimes just having a few little details on your cake is okay. It's still all within the same color tone. This one is burgundy. And again, exact same shirt, not quite in my color palette, but burgundy works really well on me. And I ended up having some other burgundy stuff, so it was like, you know what, that one works okay. But the thing I will say with these is that they fit with most of my things, but then, like, I have my green pants, for instance, that I really like, but the burgundy doesn't work with the green. And so that's just one of the cautions, right? They're just a little bit more limited as far as wear, but they work with most things. And then this one I just bought this year, which is a Gap Maternity black t-shirt. This one's been pretty good. We'll see. As far as at the end of the pregnancy, I'm a little bit worried it might not quite be big enough in that it doesn't have any of the maternity stretch on the side, and I'm not sure as far as length. I have a long torso, so we'll see whether I can wear it all the way to the end. But I just wanted a t-shirt for something on warmer days, even though we're currently in January and it's been really cold. These are some tank tops that I got a long time ago, and this is a current wardrobe thing. It's not a maternity buy specifically, but they have worked so well. What I love about them is it's racer back, which is just what I like. It has a scoop neck, so it's not my preference 100%, but it works really, really well for nursing afterwards. And so I often find that I can wear this, and then I'll have a shirt over top, and then I can nurse, and I feel like if the baby hits my nursing cover, I'm still very much covered. I'm not exposing my whole tummy. These are really thick, and they're very stretchy, and they're really long. And so I find for them, I can wear them all the way through my whole pregnancy, and they work super, super well with nursing because of the scoop neck, and then they also work in my wardrobe afterwards. And I've done these for all 4 pregnancies, and they're still holding up. So I wish I could find more like it. I cannot find. So many tank tops are very cheap and not stretchy enough. And so you may just want to go with some actual maternity tank tops in this case. But if you find something that is super stretchy, thick, and long like this, it was definitely a worthwhile buy. And then I just have a couple black belly bands, and definitely black is my preferred. I tend to go with darker colors, and so black just works better. And I also have most of my tank tops are black. I do have one gray one, but and there's 4 tank tops here. But I have 2 different ones. One was given to me secondhand, and I actually like it better than the one I bought because the one that's given to me secondhand is a little bit thicker, a little bit stretchier. So what I love about these is it just helps to make sure you have good coverage on your belly as you get bigger, and that your shirt's not pulling up. But then it also gives a little bit of support to your belly as well, having that stretch on the band that as you're getting bigger, I find sometimes I just end up wearing them because I find it more comfortable and more support for my tummy. This one is just, again, a simple black one. and it works okay. It's just not as stretchy or thick, and so it doesn't give quite as much support, but it definitely gives the coverage. This year, also, one of the things that I found that I just felt like was worth an investment to buy, especially because I was going to be going through winter a little bit longer this time, was a maternity jacket. And I didn't want anything too heavy. I like the idea a lot of just like layers with maternity because your temperature fluctuates a lot, and it just, again, more variety in terms of I can wear this in the fall and the spring by itself. And then in the winter, actually what I just do is if it's really cold outside, I'll just put on my regular winter jacket, and it doesn't zip up because my tummy, but I feel like it looks okay not zipping up in that I have this jacket underneath that's totally zipped up, keeps my tummy warm, and then that other jacket just goes on to give a little bit more warmth, and it's open, but I feel like that works fine for me. This is just a H&M black jacket. Been really happy with it. I wish it maybe had just a little bit more warmth to it, because when something says winter jacket, you're not sure if that means winter jacket like -10, or does that mean -30, or what, what does that actually mean? Like I said, this one is totally fine on a kind of -10 or kind of right around the freezing mark. Anything colder than that, I definitely like to put on something warmer. But the other thing is with this is I find is that honestly, some of the places you lose the most heat is your head and your feet. So for me, I have really nice warm winter boots, and I have a really nice warm toque, and that makes a big difference then too as far as how much I need for a jacket. And both of those items are things that I can wear for my non-maternity as well. And so I felt like investing in warm winter boots and warm winter toque, and then a fall jacket was a better way to go, just because I can wear the warm boots and the hat anytime when I'm not pregnant as well. So those are all my pieces. And then I do have a couple other items that are in my wardrobe that are just like regular clothes that work. So that would be like, I do have a couple skirts that are stretchy that I will wear a couple times, especially like if I'm doing laundry and I just need something while I'm washing my pants. I do have a couple like looser sweaters that have worked so far for this pregnancy, and that can work as well. And then like for jammies, often I just do like a looser t-shirt and then pants that have a really good elastic in them that can stretch so they can last. I've never bought maternity jammies. I've never really felt the need to. If that's something that's really important to you, you might want to consider that. But for me, it just was not a priority at all. I was able to make an elastic work just fine. If you're able to make your wardrobe so that it's in a color palette that can be swapped back and forth, if you have 7 shirts, 7 pants, you can make that work. And if you don't quite have the budget to do that whole wardrobe first time, if you just go, you know what, I'll just wash laundry midweek, that's just what I'm gonna do, then that's also a very workable solution in my mind. Okay, so I hope that helped you just in terms of being able to get an idea of where to even start so that you can really feel beautiful and enjoy your pregnancy, but also just be able to keep it within that budget that you have. If you really enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to my channel. And I would also love to hear if you have other things that you've tried maternity-wise that have worked really well for you. I'd love to hear about it in the comments below, or if you have stores that you found that have worked really, really well, let me know. And we'll see you in the next video. You got kisses for the baby? Oh, that's such nice kisses.
Hit the like button, subscribe below.